Here is 6.2, number 10. It is by far the hardest because it has incorporated everything we've talked about. We are going to begin by factoring the first denominator and third denominator completely. So this is a difference of squares, so I'd have w plus 2, w minus 2, and I would no longer need this. This is a trinomial, so I'm going to factor this. I'm going to multiply to 4 and add to 4, so I get w plus 2, w plus 2. Now, I need to recognize this as an opposite. It is the opposite of this. So it is more traditional to write this as w minus 2. But to do that, these differ by a negative. So here's what I'm going to say. 5 over w plus 2, w minus 2. This is w over w plus 2. I want this to be w minus 2, but it didn't start out that way. I wrote an opposite down, so this sign has to change to subtraction. The other one I'm just writing, and now I'm going to check for my LCD. My LCD is that this has two w plus 2's, so these need another w plus 2, and these have w minus 2, so this needs a w minus 2. So my LCD is w minus 2, w plus 2, w plus 2. So this needs another w plus 2. So I'm going to do 5 times w plus 2 over w plus 2, w plus 2, w minus 2. You also could use a power here since this expression is written twice. You could write w plus 2 squared. This needs another w plus 2. Remember, if I put in the bottom, I put it in the top also. Plus, this needs a w minus 2 over w plus 2, w plus 2, w minus 2. Now, everything is w plus 2 times w plus 2 times w minus 2 as a denominator, so I can write 1. So let's go through and do our multiplication. So back at the first one, I'm going to distribute my 5. So I get 5w plus 10. On the middle one, I'm going to distribute the entire negative w. So I get negative w squared minus 2w. On the third one, I'm going to FOIL. So I get plus w squared minus 2w minus 2w plus 4. Now I'm going to work on combining like terms. So my negative w squared and my positive w squared cancel. Let's work on our w's. 5w minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative w. So I get negative w. So I've taken care of my w's. And then I get 10, and 4 is 14. So I get negative w plus 14 over w plus 2 times w plus 2 times w minus 2. Nothing factors out of this expression, so my answer is already in lowest terms.